the Republic of Ghana, members of the Council of State, Presidential Advisor on 24-Hour Economy and your team, Ministers of State and senior government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, traditional leaders, CEOs and captains of industry, heads of our security agencies, and let me, because if this had been a few months earlier, $1 million would have been equivalent to almost 17 million cedis. And so 10.3 million cedis is $1 million, and it makes it easier to raise the money. Thank you very much. His Excellency, former President of the Federal Republic of Ghana, Olusegun Obasanjo, we call him Baba. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I know how difficult it has been for you. Indeed, you're supposed to be in Angola today. And so don't worry, we'll facilitate your movement and let you arrive on time. The Honorable Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Migos Ogamba, representing President William Ruto, my very good friend. Give him my best regards, and I say Karibu. Excellency Ambassador Amachum Amwa, one of our own celebrated diplomats. She held the fort in Addis Ababa for a very long time, and now she's with the African Union. Thank you very much, Amma. The Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, the Honorable Mutala Mohamed, Member of Parliament, senior government officials, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the African Academy of Sciences, fellows of ARISE, my beautifully dressed children, students, you're welcome. Take science very seriously, okay? There was a program to start building STEM secondary schools, specialized STEM secondary schools. And my point was that every secondary school should be a STEM school. And so we don't have to build standalone, specialized STEM schools, but to build STEM blocks and laboratories in every secondary school so that every child can have the same experience. On behalf of the government and people of the Republic of Ghana, I wish to warmly welcome all of you to Accra for this high-level meeting of the African Research Initiative for Scientific Excellence. Your presence here today is not just a diplomatic gesture. It is a powerful affirmation of our shared belief that science, research, and innovation must be at the heart of Africa's transformation. I wish to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the African Academy of Sciences for the vision and partnership in convening this meeting. Since the founding of this academy in 1985, it has distinguished itself as a non-political Pan-African platform for scientific collaboration and knowledge production. And its mission is to transform lives through science. And this resonates deeply with Ghana's own development aspirations. We honor the legacy of pioneering African scientists and Ghanaian scholars who laid the foundation for scientific excellence in our region. Among them are Professor Edward Ayensu, Professor Ebenezer Leng, Professor Daniel Ajebaquin, Professor Trebi Olenu, Professor Robert Butler, Professor Francis Kofi Alote, and Dr. Emmanuel Evans Amfong. They remind us that Africa's journey towards scientific leadership is rooted in our own agency, creativity, and resilience. The world today is shaped by knowledge economics. Nations that have prioritized science and technology have accelerated their growth. They've strengthened their resilience and improved the quality of lives of our people. And that is why when we say that at independence, Ghana's GDP was larger than that of Korea and others, the prioritization of knowledge have made them accelerate far ahead of us. But let's not give up. We're going to catch up. Innovation remains the most transformative driver of development, from food security to healthcare, to energy, to security, to infrastructure, to climate change adaptation and others. Whether in modern agriculture, in smart cities, in renewable energy, or genomic medicine, the future belongs to those who invest in knowledge and apply it wisely. And that is why Ghana is proud to host Arise. This meeting must inspire dialogue and ignite action, real coordination, and sustainable investment in science, research, and innovation. In our effort to strengthen the interface between science and economic development, the Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology, and Innovation, in collaboration with the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, has instituted an annual scientific and industrial interface review forum, and I'll explain what that is all about. This initiative will bring together Ghana's leading scientists and research institutions and bring them together with captains of business and industry, with innovators and entrepreneurs. It will give them the opportunity to showcase the findings of their research. And this will help us identify commercial pathways and align national research outputs with the practical needs of business and industry. We believe that sustained dialogue and cooperation between researchers and industrial actors will catalyze the uptake of locally developed technologies and processes, and thereby enhance productivity and create jobs. I believe that every school should take an excursion to CSIR, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, and see what they're doing there. A lot of research findings that they have made remain on the shelves because there's a gap between research and practicalizing and commercializing the findings of the research. And this is what we're trying to bridge. And that's why we must bring these two people together. We don't research just for the sake of researching. You must research so that it makes a difference in the people's lives. And I believe that this annual forum, which will bring them together, they'll be able to exhibit what they've done, their findings, and the businesses can take whatever ideas they have and commercialize and practicalize whatever they have done. Furthermore, I've asked the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology to come out with a comprehensive policy on commercializing research and innovation. We would design a national framework that will enable the full exploitation of research outputs through patenting, licensing, and public-private ventures. We will support researchers moving from discovery to deployment through incentives such as innovation grants, startup incubators, and technology parks. This policy will also include a review of our intellectual property laws and university-industry collaboration agreements to ensure that the economic value of Ghanaian research is unlocked and reinvested into our national development agenda. In Ghana, our agenda to reset the nation includes a bold commitment to restore confidence in the research and innovation ecosystem. We're pursuing this through massive reforms in education from basic to tertiary level, with an emphasis on STEM education, creativity, and critical thinking. Infrastructure investments will be made to modernize our research institutions and laboratories. Curriculums will be redesigned to make our students globally competitive and innovation ready. And social interventions that ensure equitable access to quality education and lifelong learning will be pursued. But beyond policy, we are putting resources and institutions in place. In this regard, I'm pleased to announce the operationalization of the Ghana National Research Fund. This was the dream of our beloved president of blessed memory, Professor John Evans Atta Mills, and I'm happy to announce the operationalization of this dream. The National Research Fund was established under Act 1056 of 2020. I've taken the step of appointing Professor Abigail Opoku Mensah as the first administrator of the fund. And I've constituted the governing board of the fund under the able chairmanship of Professor Eric Irenchi Dankwa. Now, what will this fund do? It will serve as a dedicated vehicle to finance research and development, R&D. It will fund research infrastructure, like improving our laboratories in our research institutions, and technology generation in key sectors of our economy: agriculture, health, education, environment, energy, and digitalization. This fund will support both basic and applied research. It will also promote cross-sectoral and interdisciplinary work. Important